Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I would like to introduce the mayor of Mitzpe Yericho, um, Mayor Aliza Pilichowski from obviously Mitzpe Yericho. Um, lately I've been interviewing individuals who made Aliyah, getting them to share their experiences. If you want your story to be heard, please reach out to me. You can message me on Facebook. But in the meantime, I would like to introduce Aliza Pilichowski. She's a great person. And Aliza, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your story?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm very excited to say that I have a very small part in your project. It's an incredible project to connect people to Israel and to really connect Judaism to Jews from all over the world, and from specifically America to Israel, and specifically to Mitzvah Yericho. We love connecting with friends from all over. So thank you very much for all of your holy work, and
Thank you.
specifically for highlighting Mitzvah Yericho
Thank you.
twice.
I couldn't have done it without you or and anyone else. It's a two-way effort. Two-way street.
We really appreciate it, and this is our second time being highlighted because you got Uri on before, so we
Yeah.
really appreciate that.
He recommended you. He said you were the Woman of 2020, of the generation.
He is very generous. He is very
He
generous.
didn't say that, but I'm adding a few words into his.
So go ahead and start with your question again. I skipped over that.
Okay, so can you share us? I guess first and foremost, how what made you made Aliyah? What was that drive? I know Rabbi Pilichowski, your husband, said it from his framework. Maybe it's the same husband and wife relationship or different. I don't know, but we'll love to hear it.
So you asked what brought us to make Aliyah. So
Yeah.
I grew up in a Zionist home, and it was always my parents' dream to make Aliyah, and we always dreamt of the day that we were going to make Aliyah. And my older sister made Aliyah when she was 17, and then slowly we all followed in her footsteps. And um, and it's it, it was it was always in the plans, and we were waiting until we were able to do it in a successful manner. And we hope that we have. And we're here. Thank God our kids are adjusting. We have two kids in college. We have two kids in high school and two in middle school. And thank God, we're learning the ropes and figuring things out. But we feel very blessed to have landed on our feet in Israel.
That's great. When you first came to Israel, did you face any challenges? If yes, what were they?
Um, there are challenges everywhere. I don't know. I can't recall specific challenges other than, the regular just figuring things out. But we were very, very blessed to have great neighbors and friends and family that really made it a soft landing. And you
Right.
know, you're there's a natural feel when you come here. I always say, like, when I go into Target anywhere in America, we did these road trips in America, and we'd go all over to different states, and you walk into Target and I would feel at home because you know where everything is in every single
That's true.
Target. And in Israel there's a certain sense of, where everything is, and you know how things run because you're home. So, like, when I go shopping now, we're already preparing for Tu B'Shvat and Purim. I was in the supermarket yesterday, and there were Hamantaschen out already. And that's the flow here. I know Tu B'Shvat. I know Purim. Those are our holidays, and that's the culture, and we're all in it. And I'm excited because we're going to see the Shketi Yaporachat. We're going to see the almond trees blossoming, and that's going to happen. And I know that, and that's a feeling of home. We know that story. I look out my window and I look at Yericho, and I look at the mountains of Ammon and Moab, and I know this is my land. This is what we've been learning about and reading about our entire lives, and we're home. We know this.
Right. Meaning it's not just you preparing for Tu B'Shvat or Purim. It's everyone in the country.
And not only everyone in the country itself, the land itself is preparing for Tu B'Shvat. Like, in America, like, when I was a kid, we got Buxer and dried fruit for Tu B'Shvat. And here, like, you go outside, you actually see the everything's blooming. It's unreal. It's unreal. That's what Tu B'Shvat should be. When on Sukkot, like, you feel the holiday, you see what's going on, the harvest, and every chag is a real part of life. It's a natural part of life, and it's very amazing to be a part of that.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I hear that. Even when I was in Israel, for yeshiva, I definitely felt that as well. There's no place like home.
Yeah.
It is not. So I guess let's just segue into you being mayor. So how did you become the mayor? Like what? How, you said it was an accident, but like how?
I did. We were talking before, and you said, how did that happen? And I said it was by accident. You said, okay, we'll get back to that. So yeah, it was by accident.
Okay.
My next door neighbor was what he was. It's called the Yoshev Rosh of the Yishuv, which is the head of the city council. So he was the Yoshev Rosh before me, and he had asked me to join him on the city council, and I said sure. I don't. He's Israeli. He knows how to get things done. I can for sure sit on the city council with him and help him in whatever way I can. And then I was working on the projects that I was excited about, and it was great. I was working on education, and I was working on like the different projects. And then he said, okay, I took a job with the regional council and you are taking over. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't speak Hebrew. And he said, no, you'll be fine. So I took over, and thank God I work with amazing people on the city council, and we've really been able to work on a lot of projects and get a lot done. And then we went for re-election, and we won again our city council, and I continued on as the
Wow.
Yosef Rosh.
So do you speak Hebrew now? Like, do you have to speak Hebrew now, being the mayor of Puerto? Like, I don't know. Like, do they just let any language person speak? I'm just-
So I do speak Hebrew, but I speak with an accent, and I don't have a good race yet, and that's fine because you can get everything done, with that. And I work with a lot of different people that are talented in all ways, and I feel blessed to really have a team of support, like a whole town of support that really wants to grow and to make things happen, and it's a it's a great opportunity.
Absolutely. And can you highlight some of the projects you are dealing with as the mayor of Mispeh Rico?
Yes, so we try to always be working on many projects. So we completed building a pool last year, but there is bureaucracy in that, and we just got all the permits um, over the past couple of months, and God willing, with the vaccine out, and please God, everyone should be healthy. That the Ministry of Health will allow us to open it this summer. So we have all the permits for it. Now we just need health. Um,
2021. That's it.
exactly. No, and as a side note, we're very grateful to Israel. I mean, it's unbelievable how they've been administering the vaccine already. And if you wait long enough, and you can get squeezed in, and we're very grateful that we were able to get squeezed in and got our vaccines already.
That's great.
So hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we should be able to get the first shot administered to a lot of people in Israel, and it's really impressive. Anyway, so we have the pool that we just finished. We are working on. We have actually. I will turn my computer. You could see the lights right there.
Wow.
That that is 33 homes that have just been built,
Wow.
and people moved in last summer, about 18 months ago.
Hmm.
There's another 66 being built there now.
Wow.
That's a project called Mitzpe Sheet,
Okay.
um, and those are the homes that are being built there.
Okay.
Those homes look right out to Yam HaMelach. So
Wow.
yeah, so they have unbelievable views. Um, when Misrata Shikun, the Ministry of Housing, was out here a couple months ago, I went on a tour with them, and I'm showing them, and they're like, they were, they are the Ministry of Housing. They see housing all over. They don't get impressed by things. They're like, you're literally building in the air. He's like, and they're like, how are you doing this? So we're very grateful to the contractor Velvel who's building it. I mean, it really is incredible. These people are going to be on like overlooking an incredible valley and then straight out to the Dead Sea. So that's exciting. We have another housing project of 300 homes.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
yes, and
300
that
homes.
should be yeah. So we're hoping that should be built in the next 5 years. And then we have another project of another 300 homes that should be built within the next 10 years.
Wow, Miss Rico is it's growing. It's
Yeah,
definitely
thank
growing.
God. Thank God.
And it's incredible. You get to say that I have moved almost 700 people to Miss Rico.
Well, there's a lot of people that are players and making sure that
Yeah,
this
I'm one of
happens.
the people, whatever.
But it's very exciting to have like a little part in that, and I mean it's really incredible, and like and everything that comes along with that. Like we just got the permits to build another 4 kindergarten classes
Oh,
that we're going to be building and putting in. It's not really kindergarten,
right.
preschool, and it's very exciting. We got another permit and funding for what they call a mini pitch, which is a small soccer field, outdoor soccer field that they're building for us, and all these things. It's just we're grateful, and we have friends, and thank God we have very good friends that have enabled us. We just bought a drone for security,
Oh, wow.
and it's a thermal drone, so we can detect anybody that any unwanted visitors and guests.
Right.
We're able to use the drone for that, and thank God we've used it successfully. And we've been able to build in the past couple of years. We've built 4 new playgrounds. But really, I mean, as you work very hard on, the families that move in is really the exciting part, because
True.
that's when you get to see the real growth, and like you can say like you can build a park, but you need the people there. And when you see on Shabbos afternoon hundreds of kids, not now during Corona, but we can imagine that you see hundreds of kids playing in the park. That's amazing. When you see the schools flourishing, that's a success, and that's very exciting.
That's incredible. And now, just a couple points. Just let's first go back to the homes real quick, because I have a feeling that there's one person I know who is very interested in Miss Rico, and she would like to know more about this. What are the price points of those homes? Do you have like an estimate, or is that something you're able to generally just convey here now, or?
Sure, they run between 1.3 and 2.5, I think, million shekel.
Okay.
Um, and then those are the new homes, the units that are all attached homes.
Okay.
And then there are single family homes that run between 1.8 and 3 million shekel, which are within the existing homes already.
Got it. And those are single family homes and attached homes, what you just mentioned.
Exactly.
Right,
The
right.
ones that are built, the ones that are already built, you can still get, a, a, a detached home that's a single family home that has a front yard and a backyard. And you can plant trees and plant your Shivat Haminim, and the dream that all
Yeah.
that all Jews have of building that home in Eretz Yisrael, you still have that, and can do that.
Right. Now, in terms of security, you being the mayor, you have more information in terms of security. Um, so is it for a guy who may not, be aware of exactly, what the security is in Miss Rico, should should we be worried moving into Miss Rico because it is over the green line and because there are potential issues over there?
Well, I'm not sure what you're referring to as over the green line, but I can tell you that I say that facetiously, but but
I know.
uh,
It's not for me. I would
I'm
love to
joking.
move
I'm
there.
joking. I'm joking. So the way that it works is first of all, anywhere in the world where you go, whoever is living, not everywhere in the world, but most places where people live, they feel comfortable and secure where they live. So I have to say that I am biased. But coming from that biased perspective,
Mhm.
you don't pass any villages or towns that m- that may be more dangerous on the way
Right,
to
right.
Mitzvah. So when you're coming from Yerushalayim, you take the one and you leave through the tunnel right after the hospital Harat Sofim. You see Harabayit. Harat Sofim is on your left. Harabayit is on your right. You drive through the tunnel and you've passed through Ma'ale Adumim, and the next thing is Kfar Adumim, and then you're in Mitzvah Yericho. So you see there are some Bedouins on the side,
Right.
and we've thank God we have not had incidents on our road coming to Mitzvah Yericho. That has not been an issue. And thank God our security here is very is we have a very strong team. We're very grateful to Yoshua Strauss for all that he does. He's our Rav
Mm,
Shatz, and we're very grateful to him. Um, and of course to Hakadosh Baruch Hu for looking out for us. We have not had we do have attempts of people to get in, and we thwart them successfully, but we feel very secure here. Don't
absolutely.
don't advertise this too much.
No, no, I
Our
won't.
door
I mean, like the
our
reality
ad,
is,
our door is always unlocked, so you can always come into our house.
yeah. When I come and visit Miss Rico, the first thing we do is just go to your kitchen table and just just come by.
Right. So the door is always unlocked. You can always come in.
Absolutely. Um, and before now, just going back to the Aliyah experience. Before you became mayor, what were you doing up until that point?
So I work as an interfaith chaplain.
Oh,
I work
okay.
at the I work at the French hospital for an organization called Kashuvot,
Mhm.
and and that's what I do.
Now, what does that mean to those who don't know what an interfaith chaplain is? I don't, so
Okay, so I work the French hospital is we have three units we have an oncology unit, a skilled nursing unit, and a hospice unit. And palliative care and hospice and oncology actually are all very blurred lines in Israel. And I meet patients and their families where they are.
okay.
And that sounds a little vague, but which it is, because each person is has a different relationship to to their own spirituality at different times.
Mhm.
And it's spirituality is something that isn't necessarily connected to a religion, but it's connected to the person and what that person
Mhm.
is connected to. And that can be religion, that can be Torah, that can be the scripture, that can be lot nature, that can be family, friends, music, all kinds of things, and food. And it's amazing being able to work with people and to really be able to meet people where they are. And when you get to those moments of truth and reality, it's unbelievable. And when you talk to somebody who's looking at death and life, they can be honest. And
Right.
it's a rude awakening to ourselves, that we are mortal, and life does have meaning.
That's true. And do you still do that at your free time, or being the mayor kind of takes that takes a full amount of time of your schedule?
No, I still do it. I
That's
don't do
awesome.
it full time, but I make sure to do it. That's what keeps me going. It's an amazing. The hospital itself is an amazing place. My colleagues are amazing,
Mhm.
and I feel very, very, very fortunate to be able to work in both fields.
Absolutely. And So I guess before I wrap up with this last question, do you have any thoughts or comments that you would like to convey to the viewers who who may be making Aliyah in the near future?
Yes, that life has challenges and Aliyah has challenges. That being said, come home. It'll work. It'll work, and we're all here rooting for you. So come to Israel, come home, and we'll make it work together.
Absolutely. And just to add more to that, there are many, many organizations out there that help with the Aliyah process. We have the Aliyah Network, which a very good friend of ours, David Eskenazi, started. There's Nefesh B'Nefesh, there's Olim Advisors, there's Aliyah Homes, which is, by the way, right here. In my company, we help you move to Israel. Um, uh, and we have the mayor of Mitzvah Yericho who can show you the beautiful wonders and homes that are being built there. There are definitely many organizations out there that can help out. So that shouldn't be an issue. If you have a question, we could definitely answer it. And I hope this isn't the same question, but I was gonna ask, do you have any advice for viewers who may be making Aliyah that you wish you had known of prior to making Aliyah? I don't know if it's the same question. I don't know if you answered it already, but maybe there's something more I could squeeze out of you.
Um, there was there was great advice that Rabbi Baruch Safran from LA had told us. You know, he said to really think about the kids' education when when you're making Aliyah. And
Okay.
we were very nervous because we made Aliyah with teenagers,
Mm-hmm.
and when we were very fortunate to find the right school for our teenagers when we got here and for our teenagers now, and finding knowing that they had the right education was a big part of our was a big part of our Aliyah. So I would say that we got that advice, thank God, from Rabbi Safran, and we're grateful to that. And when we came to Mitzvah, actually, our first stop before we looked at houses or anything else was we went to the school,
Mm-hmm.
and we saw it was a place of real education, of real chinuch, and that's how we were sold on Mitzvah.
Interesting. Oh wow. Actually, I was gonna wrap up now, but can you explain more about the schools? For families who maybe wanting to move to Misfit?
Yes. So, well, our two girls that were in high school went to the Na'aleh program in Amanan, Kfar Saba, and we had four kids in the elementary school here at the time. And we just, the government, as anybody who lives or lived in America knows, tuition is crazy in America. And when you come to Israel and you're like, oh my God, this is our tuition bill. That's crazy. So, but another advantage besides the financial advantage of the education is that you're in a public school system. So there are advantages to that. So when
Mm-hmm.
our kids needed special services because they were olim chadashim and they needed
Right.
to learn Hebrew, and
Right.
they had that in the school, and the government itself helps create that. So we were extremely grateful for that. And I'm very much a believer of it takes a village, it takes a village, and it really does. And in Mitzvah, you get that because you're living in a community. It's kind of like living in an out of town community where you see your teachers in the makolet and you see the teachers in shul, and there's a real, I feel, 360 approach to education. So like
Mm-hmm.
you learn at school, and then you go to shul and you see your teachers and the principal and every and your friends, and it's a real way of like kids
Wow.
getting encouragement from all over, and that was
Right.
very much there.
Like there's a personal connection. It's not just, oh, I see my teacher at school and like that's it. It's like it's more personal. It's like you build a stronger relationship with them.
Exactly. And the teachers, thank God, we're blessed with very excellent teachers. And my son, one of his teachers goes walking every night, so he waits for her outside because he knows when she's going to be there. He waits for her. He waits there with a cup of water and is able to give her a cup of water every night. And
Wow.
that's his thing. And it's so amazing because we live in the same community, and they live it. The
Wow.
educators live it, the students live it, and we're grateful for that, and we're blessed. So we're blessed with that. We also have the yeshiva Rav Sabato's yeshiva here, so it's a real feeling of a makom Torah in the community.
Wow. Wow, that's incredible. Well, I think you convinced me. I'm moving to Miss Rica when I
Okay,
make Aliyah.
great. We're ready.
I
We're
hope
ready.
I hope everyone else has the same conclusion. If someone does want to make Aliyah to and move to Miss Rica, is there a way we can put him in touch with you or a
Absolutely.
person that yeah?
Absolutely, absolutely. We have a page on Nefesh B'Nefesh. We have a page on the Binyamin website. You can be in touch with me, Ariel. You have my contact information,
I do. I do. Yeah.
and I'll send you the link to the Binyamin website, which has a good video introducing Mitzvah,
Okay.
and then that's it. So we're looking forward to you coming to Israel soon
Yeah, thank you.
for
In
a visit, or
2021, I'm gonna make a visit.
to move here. We'll see
Yeah,
how effective this talk was.
that's true. That's a good point. All right, thank you very much, Aliza. Have a
Have a great
wonderful
night.
evening.
You too.
Take care. Bye bye.